Mwahahaha. Betty New Year. Ladies and gentlemen, nerds and geeks, hold on to your seats. We are back. 2022. The legendary Nerdo Roundtable is here.
With a little bit of a lag.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, look, shit. Internet is slow around these parts. But fuck it. Let's get to it before my internet cuts out. The legendary Friday nights are here. Yours truly, King Nerdificent Twala Sharp in the building. Tom is talking Cunningham. What it do, good sir? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year and Happy Noop Year to everybody. J5.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does Noop Year mean?
It means that I and my fraternity brother fellows just celebrated the 111th anniversary of the founding of our great and noble organization. That's what it means.
What's the name of it?
Yay.
It is Kappa Alpha Psi. And this is not a gang symbol. This is just the yo. Those of you who may not be familiar. But next up is Twala.
Next up, the man, the myth, the legend, Mo Kelly. How you feeling, sir?
Doing well. I want to say congratulations to Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated on its 111th birthday. As a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, I think we should always recognize greatness in our respective brother and sister fraternities and sororities. So congratulations to Thomas and Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity. You know, it's all good. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about today.
That's right.
Talking about fraternities and sororities, Dr. Liz from the Freeway. What it is, sister?
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone has a happy new year.
Yeah, look at you looking all fresh. Anthony from 2 Cubicles Down. How you feeling this year, brother, so far?
So far, so good. Happy New Year, everybody, and the Omicron Persei 8 people out there. Hope you recover soon and get over it real quick, just as quick as you got it.
Well, damn.
Last but never least, there he is, Ryan, Twitch Master McBain.
Hello, everybody. I also want to congratulate Tom, who's also broadcasting from the Phantom Zone, it looks like.
I have to around those parts. I have to go. Yes, I have to go from the Richard Donner Phantom Zone because the Zack Snyder oversized dildo Phantom Zone does not get it over here. You heard what I said.
What now?
That did not get it for me. With a suction base. Phantom Zone with a suction base. Go look. Go back to Man of Steel. It was the most horrific thing I have ever seen in a comic book movie. Totally unnecessary.
Zack Snyder was projecting in that one. He was definitely projecting.
He was he was giving Jeff Bezos plans.
At least it was black, so I mean,
it was actually more purpley.
Okay, whatever.
Was it Beatty? Damn. I mean,
yeah, it was like a Snickers bar. Yeah. Okay.
It was horrible. It was so horrible. Okay.
Things that were not horrible, because I know y'all have been waiting to hear our thoughts on 2 of the last offerings of 2021 and a new offering for 2022. We are talking about Cobra Kai Season 4 and Old Buffett. I'm sorry, the Book of Boba Fett.
Wow. You said Old Buffett.
First and foremost, I want to get into Cobra Kai Season 4. That is how I spent my New Year's. I rung it in, watching the entire season, binging it, and I don't know if I've had that much interest in actually sitting and watching one show, with the exception of maybe The Expanse, and sitting from midnight all the way to like 6 or something in the morning, nonstop watching. I couldn't stop watching it. They absolutely knocked it out the park with this one for me. Mo, what was your initial takeaway from this season?
I always thought about a TV show, from 20, 30 years ago. Whatever happened to, if the characters were around today, what would they be doing? Cobra Kai gives us exactly that. We don't have to wonder about anyone, not one character. Well, maybe one or two, but maybe they'll show up in season 5. And it's not just gratuitous cameos. They've taken the time to write a good story and weave them in to each season where you have a real story arc. We see the story arc of John Kreese as far as where he came from, the origins of Cobra Kai, why he's an asshole today, and why he might be turning back to the light in a Jedi sense as far as how they left off season 4. We got to see the arc of Terry Silver, how he was always coked out during the 80s. And you think back, it's like, yeah, he was coked out. And the fact that he had some sort of infatuation with trying to ruin the life of a teenage kid, it was kind of fucked up. But you get to see the whole just the whole coming a full circle of all these characters. And I love how they do that. They've taken time to not just give us cameos, but actually give us complete stories.
With that, something that I really, really dug about this season is how they are really digging into the story of Daniel and how much his being an asshole and actually being responsible for a lot of the things that happened wrong in the Karate Kid, how we're now seeing those things play out with his children who are really turning out to be just assholes themselves. And I'm like, wait a minute. So it's affecting your whole family. It's like we learned that his wife had a jacked up past. I'm like, this is really, really flipping the whole story, the whole mythos on his ear. You finished the whole thing, correct, Dr. Liz?
Yeah, it's an asshole gene.
It's the asshole gene. Please expound on the asshole gene.
No, I mean, because the little boy, I was, first off, I understand latchkey kids, and I understand we leave our kids home, especially in the 80s and the 90s, for long. When you get to be 13 or so, 12, 13, and you can be responsible, you're going to be left at the house. But this is extreme left at the house. It's like note for breakfast. And then come home. The boy can leave in the middle of the night and nobody knows that he's left at the middle. I just couldn't. That part was a bit far stretched for me. But at the same token, the boy was getting bullied to beyond. Nobody noticed. And even that little boy, that little boy was not. It just hurt.
You mean the black kid?
The little
You're talking about the new character that they introduced, Kenny. So for anyone who hasn't watched it, Kenny is a new character they just introduced who has had some severe bullying. And when he got his justice, I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, boy, you better put hands on that dude. But okay, I'm sorry. Go on.
No, I mean, that's exactly how I felt. But at the same token, I guess part of it is like, as a parent, I'm looking at this like, there's no way in God's green earth that I'm not gonna know that my kid is getting bullied, especially to this extent.
Well, and the thing I found really interesting about Kenny is that we saw the father in one episode. We didn't ever see the mother.
And that's strange.
Mother just doesn't exist as a character on the show. But I understood that he was only there to be a bridge between Robbie's former best black friend, who we find out is incarcerated, and they needed a new kid to be a foil for what was going on with Robbie. I have to say, I didn't know what to expect from Silver's return. And when they brought him in kind of like as this space-agey tofu, wine-drinking, kind of, rich, disaffected sop, I was like, oh, he's going to try to soften Cobra Kai, or he's going to get in a fight with Kreese and he's going to have a revelation that this is the wrong way. But they went entirely the opposite way with it, which was such a pleasant surprise, because Kreese has been such a caricature who has not moved at all basically from his 80s persona until this season, where there were some moments and some flickers of him saying, wow, maybe this just isn't really necessary. I know it as an 80s archetype, I was just supposed to be irredeemably evil, but it seems like they took time to say, maybe we can create some nuance with him because we're going to turn Silver into the irredeemable asshole. And indeed, he pulls a stunt, which is, at both times, incredibly fucked up, but also comical because you know that it's not possible that these allegations are going to stand up to any scrutiny at all.
Right.
But the thing I also credit this season for was having 2 genuine moments of actual pathos where I was like, damn, they are doing this and it's affecting me. I'm really feeling it. And those 2 moments were when Johnny got his ass kicked by Silver and went home and drunk. And Miguel came in and helped him into bed. And Johnny is drunkenly saying things about how he just wants to be his dad. And Miguel is like touched because he's like, no, it's fine. You're doing a great job. And then he calls out Robbie's name and Miguel is just crushed. And I was like,
hey,
damn.
Tom,
yes, sir.
Did you catch that? I saw that scene. I thought it was more full circle when Daniel is helping Mr. Miyagi when he's drunk and he's upset about.
No, it was both.
Go ahead.
But the thing that affected me, because you're right, it was a parallel scene. It was intentional in it being parallel with Miyagi's regretting, mourning his wife and all that stuff. But Miguel's response, because he thought he was having a moment with Johnny, and then he finds out that Johnny is really yearning for Robbie, and that set up Miguel's. I mean, spoiler, you know where you are. It's going to be spoilers. Miguel leaves the show at the end of the last episode to go see his father because he feels Johnny has rejected him. And Johnny wasn't even rejecting him. He was just drunk. And then and that leads me to the second emotional moment that I thought was the most emotionally true of the whole series, because Johnny has that same moment with Robbie at the end, but it's real and he's not drunk and he's not maudlin, and he goes into the Cobra Kai dojo because Cobra Kai is now moving on, and Robbie has had his revelation moment. And he just decides that he wants to embrace his dad. He's just tired of blaming his dad. He even says, I'm just tired of blaming you. And they have this real, genuine moment that gives you hope that characters in this show aren't just caricatures. They can have internal lives. They can care about each other. And they can care about growing and changing. And I thought they did a very nice job, both with Robbie and with old girl, the badass girlfriend chick, who also had a nice arc this season.
When you get into her life story and you see all that she was really going through, they do a good job of trying to give you different layers of emotion and different layers of things that can lead people down one path. Again, this isn't a show with necessarily good guys and bad guys. That's not what this is. This is a show about people who have real lives, and they're thrown into this incredibly, to me, comical and sometimes intentionally bad, but in such a way. Look, the opening sequence or with the sequence with the council members deciding on the damn karate tournament.
Oh my God.
I kept rewinding it just so I could hear the dialogue. Just everything about that was phenomenal, all the way to coming full circle at the tournament and them having homegirl come out and sing and sing the Karate Kid song. I was like, this is it. This is everything I need in a series.
Hey, 12.
Yeah.
I got to ask you a question because I think you would know this. No one has brought up the fact that no character on this show has come from a stable family environment with a father. No character.
Nope.
Not one.
Not a one.
Not a one. And I wonder who bad girl's chick. I'm sorry, I can't remember her character's name.
Exactly. Tori is her name.
Tori. Tori's father is going to be significant. Miguel's father is going to be significant.
No, they set him up for season 5. Yeah.
Right. And I don't know if that's going to be Mike Barnes for one of their fathers or what, but it seems like they're teeing it up. I just noticed that none of these characters have ever had a stable father influence in their lives, and that can't be unintentional.
I think it's a Disney.
Even
it's
to
a Disney
certain
feature.
point, what's the name? Daniel. Even though he is in his kids' lives, you see how he has been distant in his kids' life and focused on everything but his kids, and that's what allowed them to go down the path that they are. That's what has caused his daughter to be such an emotional train wreck, and his son to be just an absolute piece of shit. Ryan, what were your thoughts on this season?
You know what? That's a very, very good question. I'm going to answer it. I'm not going to fake it. I have not
He
watched
didn't
one
see
episode
it.
of Cobra Kai.
Okay, all right. So
Okay,
we'll come back to you. So we'll come back to you.
That sounds like
right
Anthony.
on that.
That's
Anthony.
That sounds like a throw to Anthony.
I meant to come to you, good sir.
You better put Ryan. You better put Ryan back up there.
Oh no! Okay, you know what?
Horrible.
Brothers, yes.
I am all
Ryan.
too happy. I am all too happy to pick up the slack. Look, there were some really nice things that happened this season. Not the least of which, and because it's J5, I'm gonna shout him out. Keith Arthur Bolden, my frat brother, is the character in that scene with the All Valley Karate.
Wait, he's
club.
the one that said it's karate time.
Right, and he's the one who said, "Why would you go back to the red mats?" So episodes 9 and 10 are Keith Arthur Bolden's episodes. He gets more screen time than any non-lead character, and he's killing the game. So, Fi, love you, great job. So, this was an example of how the show built up some things for us that we have come to expect. And they delivered on them every single time. So that they were giving us kind of a recreation of the classic confrontation of the first season of the first movie, The Karate Kid, because it's Cobra Kai versus technically Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do, but basically you've got that same setup. And the first thing I thought was, wait, are there only 3 dojos? And then all of a sudden, magically, there were 5 other dojos because you had to have some people who get their asses kicked. He had the big introduction for the 3, and then it was like, also, fuck the rest of y'all, but you're going to have to be in here to get your asses kicked momentarily. So great. And I thought that the showdown between Eli/Hawk and Robbie was actually the best martial arts that we saw throughout the season. I thought it was very well choreographed.
So
I thought
true.
They were aggressive. And I mean, it's not like all the karate was actually great. The girl karate really wasn't that super spectacular.
Okay, but no, real quick to that point though. And I've been to I don't know how many martial arts tournaments, and one thing that I really at least did appreciate about and have consistently appreciated about Cobra Kai is their realistic interpretation of martial arts. I think that the way they go about showing the martial arts and showing it off and really giving you a lot of real good looks at the foundations and some of the movements and how they really look. I think that to me I appreciate that more than this being something like maybe the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie, where it's more fantastical movie, wire fu kind of stuff, where I think this one, they really went into saying like, hey, this is actually just karate. Although the thing I did not necessarily get is how you had all of these different dojos with different styles and their judging forms. To me, I was like, Eagle Claw's coming up with their own forms. It's like it's not like it's all Taekwondo and you're just judging Taekwondo forms or Hapkido forms or any forms. You're judging all these different dojos who have come up with their own styles. And I'm like, oh, that's a little rough. But I don't know. What were your thoughts, real quick, Mo, on the martial arts?
They were mediocre. I mean, I wasn't looking at it for like Daredevil type choreography.
Right.
And that's part of the cheesiness of the original Karate Kid. Daniel LaRusso is an uncoordinated, full of shit martial artist. There is no way in the world. He looked like a kid who had been taking karate for 2 months when he stepped out on the mat at the All Valley tournament, karate tournament. He did not look like a martial artist at all. To this day, he doesn't look as like a passable martial artist. I let all that go when I'm watching the Karate Kid. The choreography is slow and unrealistic, but that's okay because that's not the point. They're not trying to make an action television show. There are moments of choreographed action, but that's not the point. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's nostalgia. It's fun entertainment. It's really, really funny, especially if you look at the intricacies and the subtleties of Johnny Lawrence and all of his neuroses. I just love all of that. I mean, he cut straight through it, but the fact that he was dealing with ED, that was hilarious to me.
My God.
They humanize these characters in a way that I didn't expect them to do so, and I'm so appreciative that they have.
Look,
one of the
anytime
moments
someone makes a manwich meal with beef jerky,
oh my God.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck's happening?
Well, I know what was not happening later that evening, and that was a lack of flatulence, because you don't put jerky in with another protein and sugar and expect that you're not going to have some byproducts. But what I will say is, to your point, Mo, about funny, and Johnny, Zabko is the heart of this show. Even the original frame of Cobra Kai, and having Johnny as the bitter guy to be the balance of the Karate Kid, it has remained Johnny's show. And this year, one of the funniest segments that he had was when he was trying to recruit a girl superstar, and he had gone through all of these other girls and had flamed out every single time until he got to the girl he thought was going to be his champion, and he spouted off this perfectly articulated feminist manifesto, and Miguel is like, wow, that was great, I don't believe you did that. And he was like, do I look like I pee sitting down? And it's just like you're right back to Johnny. And that's what makes this show so great, because I wasn't even that big a fan of the Karate Kid franchise, but the nostalgia, it was a part of my high school life.
Wait, Tom, I'm not going to let that slide. For viewers of Nerdorama, we had a debate many years ago
about whether or not it was the best high school movie.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
If you to sit here and talk about the nostalgia of your high school years and not acknowledge that, and now
it was not the best high school.
It's the best high school movie of all time.
It is.
That's a fact.
Okay, because Breakfast Club doesn't exist in this continuity. We are not going to go down this. We are just talking about Cobra Kai.
Not Breakfast Club.
We are just talking about Cobra Kai.
Real high school life. It's not.
First of all,
like that.
I went to high school in the Chicago suburbs, so I understand what he was doing. Neither was Risky Business. Risky Business wasn't anybody's high school, but
and
I'm just saying,
neither of those were the best.
It resonated with me because I lived in those neighborhoods and in those enclaves. I did not live in Reseda.
That was Breakfast Club.
So all I'm saying is that we are talking about Zabko and Johnny. And Johnny
Zabka,
right. Whatever. He is amazing. This show, I wasn't exactly sure where we were going, and now it seems, it looks like Ryan and Anthony don't even care, so I don't care either. But it looks like what they're trying to do is they're trying to set up a scenario where every season there's a combination of folks. And so now it was Johnny joining forces with Danny, and now it's Johnny and Danny and Miyagi. Oh, I got echo. Hold on. Damn it.
You mean Chosen?
Yeah, him.
That was fresh. That was fresh. That was a fresh reveal.
Yeah.
And it looks like Kreese is going to be joining forces. So now it's going to be Cobra Fang Chosen Do versus Cobra Kai, except that the real flip is, dun 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 dun, Tori has now realized that Cobra Kai cheated. And so maybe Cobra Kai is not going to be the champion, and maybe Cobra Kai is not going to be able to expand into a franchise because the agreement has been broken. And we know that Tori already is not really feeling them anymore because she's had a change of heart. And so it's going to be an interest. Robbie definitely ain't going to be with him. And so you've got all of the sympathetic characters from Cobra Kai are probably leaving. And that's going to be the arc probably of season 5.
Can I say there's two things? Number one, every season I always message you all to be like, there are no adults. Like these adults, when it comes to security, throw them to the wind. Police, they don't exist. And like when it comes to parenting is on like 0 because but the one thing I did like about this season, I appreciate that at least you had one, you didn't see the parent, but you saw the kid who was like, yeah, after that fight last time, we had to leave. Like my parents was not letting us participate.
Oh, homegirl, that was Cobra Kai that moved.
Yeah, who moved up to Santa Barbara. Yeah, she was like, no, we out.
Yeah. And then the second thing is, the second thing I did was mindful of is I think I lost my train of thought, so it has to come back to me.
You old.
Okay. It's all good. That's what happens when you're a parent.
Hey, very quickly, Tuala.
Uh-huh.
I want to acknowledge Richard Garrison, who's watching right now, and he wanted to know what email can he contact us. Just hit us at mo@themokellyshow.com, and we can, we respond to all those emails. So mo@themokellyshow.com if you want to recommend guests or subjects for us to tackle here. Go ahead, Tuala.
Oh, I know.
Can
I say all right. The cliffhangers? Yeah. Like every season, the cliffhangers are just like, no, and then you have to wait, at least 9 months or something, almost a year before the next season comes out. And it's like, my gosh, it sucks.
Well, and the thing is they've already got it done. Season 5 is already shot and in the can. Yep. I don't know if they'll make us wait another full year, especially when they're already talking about season 6. So if they're already talking about season 6 and season 5 is already done, it's one of those things where I'm like, ooh, they know they have hit a stride. I don't think they care about any award show, nothing. They're like, as long as we've got fans shutting down Netflix to watch this show, and yes, Frankie, best season so far. It is consistently giving us everything you would ever want from this show. And it's interesting because a show that shot at the budget that it shot at, with just really working with great storylines and all that, then you flip over to Disney Plus and you get with a series like Boba Fett, where they have every single thing that they could possibly need to make a show stellar. And I don't know, look, maybe this isn't the popular take, but 2 episodes in and I'm like, oh, okay. So you're going to do all your stunts. Oh, wait a minute. So you don't have a story to tell? Oh, okay. So you're just going through.
I thought it was just me because I was like,
sure. Hey, look. I'm sorry. Look.
Okay.
Look, I did not know it was going to be a story about Boba Fett living in the old Galactic Empire home. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Look, but go ahead. Look, Ryan. And
wait, hold
Anthony,
on. Just because I have to duck out and I'm going to pull a Ryan and Anthony and say that I have not watched Boba Fett. But I don't know if you noticed that it's sponsored by Metamucil and Geritol. So
okay. Okay. All right. Have fun in the Phantom Zone. Okay.
Look. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead. Because
I will just say this. I understand what you're saying, Tuala. When I got done watching the first episode, I was like, Book of Boba Fett. More like the brochure of Boba Fett. That's what I thought. So, because I was watching the show, I was like, this is not my Boba Fett. This is not okay. Boba Fett is cold, calculating, bad mamma jamma. I mean, he was working with Jabba. He's like he's seen some. I mean, he's been on that grind. He wasn't even afraid of Darth Vader. He was like, "Yo, man, I better get my money." It's like he didn't give a fuck. And then he was like, "What?" I was saying to myself, "Why is he so nice? What is going on here?" I was like, "Man, I don't know if I'm feeling this."
And also,
very, very slow. Always has his mask off. I'm like, dude, keep your mask on. I mean, we get it.
The old face isn't intimidating. I'm sorry. You walking around with that old face, that doesn't strike fear.
He's taking the mask off. But doesn't that need to be off? I mean, so it's like, okay, well, let me watch the second episode. Now, the second episode I really liked. Because then they got it was getting more into like why he's the way he is. I was like, okay, now I don't know why you're being kind of a cuck. It makes sense now. To all the sand people,
look,
I can't.
No,
oh my God.
I'm not. No, I'm saying it was better than the first episode. I'm not saying it was great or anything.
No,
I thought it was just me.
No, the whole premise of the second episode, Tuala and I were talking about this offline. We've seen that story before of the outsider who comes in to the tribe and learns the ways of the tribe, and then Avatar. 3 weeks later is more skilled than
Avatar, the Last Samurai. I mean,
come on,
everything.
Man. We're comic book fans. They do the story all the time. Let's just relax on that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. My main gripe with the show is like he's doing all this badass shit and he takes his helmet off. Like, dude, he like takes it off, puts it back on. Yo, make up your damn mind, man. I missed
the badass shit. Where was that?
I thought the second episode was a lot better than the first episode. I'm not saying it was great, but I was like, okay, it's still. I want to see where it goes. I'm not saying it's great. I'm saying okay. you have my interest.
Koala, get him.
I don't know.
Get him, Koala.
I don't know. I mean, look,
and that Wookiee was badass, by the way. That's all I'm gonna say.
The problem with this series and the issues that we have with this series overall is the fact that you're not telling a new story. You are literally retreading an age-old story. This is freaking Tarzan. This is Last Samurai. This is Avatar. This is every story of an outsider coming to a tribe. Literally, like, dude, it's not like you all are on some backwards desert planet that no one has ever heard of. No ships. You're literally in sand people with laser rifles talking about we don't have technology. We are savages of the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to see that stuff. I don't want to see a dude who's never who came out of the damn Sarlacc pit, tired, hungry. All of a sudden, I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna learn your stick weaponry. I'm gonna lead you all to a damn assault on a damn laser train or whatever. Well, I'm like, yo, dude, you're doing too much representing for the tribe. People, a whole tribe of individuals who've been there forever, who are literally right down the way from Tatooine or from Mos Eisley and everything else. But I'm like, no, we're cool in the desert wasteland.
You gotta think about
all of that is whack.
You gotta think about when that portion of the story of Star Wars is happening. That's happening right after Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
We have to fast forward 5 years to where he is now in Mos Eisley's as the head of the crime syndicate. So you
got it. Wait a minute. No. He's not head of a crime syndicate. He's literally walking around making nice, trying to figure out his way. He's getting run up by everyone and their mom. This dude literally had assassins sent after him, and they go and see the man. This dude is giving everyone a pass. Everyone is getting off.
No, he's not. He is not giving everybody a pass.
He is too nice.
Who hasn't even given a pass to? He hasn't taken it to nobody.
When Ming-Na's character brought the assassin back to the place, he questioned him. Brought him back to the mayor. The mayor is the one that killed him.
No, the mayor is a G. The mayor was like, no, I didn't send him to you. Kill that dude. What are you talking about? The only person that could have said otherwise is dead. If you really want to know, Boba Fett, you fool, go over to the damn bar where you also let them off with a pass. They're just doing business as usual. You walk up and then you got the Hutts walking up when you threatening you in your town.
About this I think Liz got a good point coming.
Aren't they really trying to build a story off of nostalgia? Like these nostalgic characters, they just pop in and then you're like, oh, I remember. And then it's like, okay, so what?
Look, two things. Just two things. Old Boba Fett would have shot those two Hutts.
Yes, he would have
shot the whole fucking place up. And on site. Also, but for me, like, this is the first time we really get to see it inside with the sand people, like what they're about. So that's why I'm very interested in this, because before Boba Fett, the only person to even be accepted into the tribe was a Jedi, because I've read the books.
Yeah.
So it has my interest. Now, I understand.
Again, I like that part. No, if this was the Book of the Sand People, cool.
Look, no, I told you it's the brochure of Boba Fett. But no, I'm agreeing with you. But your gripes make sense. Now, if things don't change soon, I'm gonna be right there with you. But I'm giving it a chance. I'm giving it a chance. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't think Boba Fett would have shot those guys. He's smarter than that. He does not have an army. It is him. That is the Hutt. That is the Hutt criminal enterprise. He's not gonna go to war against the Hutts by himself. He's not gonna do that. He didn't kill Jabba. He didn't kill Jabba, so they got nothing against him.
Okay, but now we got to talk about the show where you have two Hutts being marched down the streets, and in the middle of the daylight, they basically drop a challenge in the dojo going back into Cobra Kai, and they do nothing. They basically said, this is not your town. This is a Hutt town. We're going to stare at you. We're going to have our mean-looking Wookiee kind of intimidate you.
And they did nothing. And they did nothing to him. They did not. They did not challenge him.
So what you're saying is that the Hutts who control everything are really not that bad then.
Right.
Because if the Hutts were all that, then they should have said, hey, Wookiee guy, shoot him on sight.
And they
shoot him on sight. But the Hutts said, he can do. We're just going to leave.
Yeah.
I think if they knew how soft he is now, how nice he is, they probably would have killed him. Because he's like, that's my major gripe.
Well,
two things. The helmet's always off, especially during the action scenes.
Yeah. I'll give you that one, Ryan. The helmet is always off.
Keep the helmet on during the action scenes.
and then fight, because look, you got to say, even that bar scene when he went to go get the speeders and take them back to the savage sand people who have never seen a speeder before or whatever. Sure thing, got it. Okay, savages, that's what you guys want to go with. But he walks into this bar after walking through the desert, no milk shells, no nothing, tired, ain't had a meal or nothing. He walked in, he's throwing down and throwing people through windows, slow as hell too. That was just bad.
Maybe he had a big breakfast.
Look, I think Mo, and when we were talking offline, he had one of the best analogies of old Buffett, and that this is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of the Star Wars universe. It really, really is. It's like loosely connected. They're making Star Wars references. There's a lot of things that are familiar, but it's not really, really, really Star Wars. Come on.
But isn't this...
It's only 2 episodes in.
Okay, but... especially with the character, the sidekick, right? His sidekick. She's talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
She's talking about how we should bring Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not it's what's the other Marvel TV show?
Inhumans?
It's not Inhumans. It's not Inhumans.
No, we don't talk about that here.
Runaways?
See, look, in any of the ABC shows, I mean, it's this show is just, and again, my critiques of it are not, I'm not trying to, put it on just like, it's not a dog shit series. I'm just like, unfortunately, we were given the Mandalorian before this, and the Boba Fett that they introduced in the Mandalorian was one of the greatest scenes. He came in taking stormtroopers' heads off. He had not had his armor back. He was still in his, monk sand robes, which you saw how he got them now. He was doing it in a major way. And then you get this, and I just felt like, man, did something happen? Was he injured along the way in between seasons where he can't do any of that? Did they say, you know what, we're not going to go with the stunt doubles, we're just going to let you do your thing because we've got time? I don't know, but the introduction of Boba Fett that had us all excited for this series, even on that cliffhanger from Mandalorian, this is not it so far. Again, I trust Filoni, I trust Favreau, I feel that they may bring it around, but 2 episodes in, and I'm like, I'll come back to the brochure. It's sitting on my coffee table.
Look, we know Pedro Pascal, he had a stunt double doing his fighting scenes, and you could get away with that because he was wearing the helmet. And Boba Fett, presumably, when in battle, would use his helmet. That's the whole point of having a helmet. And you never saw him without his helmet prior to the Sarlacc pit. So I guess he's gone through this epiphany, this whole enlightenment or whatever, and he keeps saying how he wants to be respected. And I guess to Ryan's point, that's tied to his metamorphosis in his time with the Sand People. And to Tuala's point, I don't understand how they can be wowed by, land speeders, because they are on Tatooine right next to everyone else. It's not like they're in a remote portion of the planet. They are right there.
They obviously don't use Sand People, I'm trying to say is the Sand People obviously don't use technology.
Except for the laser.
Okay, look.
Then
on Tatooine, they're like the Mormons. Got it.
Yeah, but maybe the helmet being off is a shade to the other actor, right? Because his whole gripe was the fact that he wanted to take his helmet off, and now, I get to take my helmet off, and you.
I think it's because the actor he's like, look, I can't breathe. I literally can't breathe right now.
I think all the problems can be fixed. The things that really bother me about the show can be fixed.
That he's 62 years old and
no. I'm not bashing on his age. I'm not trying to be an ageist, but unfortunately, if you're going to be in an action series, he is not Palpatine, where he's just sitting on the throne. He's walking around doing a lot of fighting. If you cannot make it look real, don't do it.
Just use guns more often.
Use the gun.
Has knows his limitations.
Yeah, most older action stars, they know what they can do and what they can't do. They know when to say, okay, cut. Let's bring in the stunt double. That's all I'm saying.
Jon Favreau and Filoni would not have taken us this far just to drop us off. Let's give it some time. Let it breathe like a fine wine.
Okay. Do y'all know how many episodes it is? How many episodes we have to watch?
What's it, 8 or 6?
We have to watch.
Yeah, I don't. Let's see.
Yeah, let me know. Not that I'm jumping off. It's just there are other things that I'm watching. I'm into My Hero Academia. That show is one of the best animes ever made. Just there's so many other things. Oh, okay. And speaking of other things, real quick, while you're looking up how many episodes it is, Mo, how many episodes of The Expanse are they at right now? Can I start watching? Are they like about to do the season finale
they're
yet?
4 episodes in.
They're at 4.
Four
Oh,
or 6.
okay.
I think there's only 6. Yeah. You're only 6 total for Expanse.
Okay, so I got 2 more, and then I can just go buck wild.
I only see 7 episodes for Boba Fett.
Okay. Yeah, but I think last episode of that's what I did on New Year's. I just binge watched seasons 1, 2, 3 of Expanse. Even better. But the last episode, last week's was just.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait.
I was gonna say, you get a real Mo, have you seen all the episodes?
Yes, I have.
You get a real vibe of Pet Sematary coming.
Oh
yeah.
Nice.
Pet Sematary vibe is coming.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I can absolutely dig that. I'm trying to think what else is there that is coming. I mean, I know, we got weekly Boba Fett right now. I mean, but like next week, believe it or not, we're about to hit our 875th episode. So I'm wondering, is there anything really stellar dropping in January even at all?
The 3-hour version of what is it?
Exactly.
Sounds great.
The Marvel.
The what?
Eternals.
Eternals. Oh yeah.
Oh, the director's cut.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta let folks know that with the pushback of I should say the delayed release again of Morbius, there's nothing really coming for months.
Yeah, not till the summer. Yeah, really. Morbius is now what, April, May now?
April.
So yeah,
Eternals.
Look, it's gonna be a stretch. It's gonna be a stretch, y'all. There's not really a lot of nerdy stuff that's happening. I mean,
no.
I think the next thing is Boba Fett is a good appetizer, but I need a meal, baby. I need a meal. I need something to really fill me up and tide me over. Fill my belly with some good nerdiness.
Okay, we get the point, Walla. Okay.
It's crazy because everything is pushed back. There are so many films that they were thinking were about to drop that, again, unfortunately, they didn't want to take it serious. They're like, no. Spider-Man is here to save the day. And it's like, yeah, we get it. Superhero films made up more than 30% of the entire box office of last year. But, you've also got films like Batman, the Batman and everything else from Warner Bros. Where they're saying, yeah, we're just going to drop films like 45 days later, which now theaters are like, oh, this is going to be tough for us. It's going to be really, really hard to encourage people to brave Omicron when that shit is being passed around like air. Why are folks rushing back to a theater? And is there another film outside of maybe Doctor Strange that's going to get people really rushing to theaters? Because Matrix didn't do it.
Nope.
And I don't know if any other company has a film that's big enough to bring people back. I know Tom Holland is the truth right now, but
nobody saw that Kings movie?
Which one?
Nobody saw The Kings?
No, it failed miserably.
No. That film made about 5 or 6 million.
Yes.
And you still can't see it on streaming service. So it's like you can't even blame it on HBO. Like The Matrix can blame it on HBO.
I think we should also watch Women of the Moment starring Ray Fisher. We should check that out.
You mean co-starring?
No, starring.
No, isn't he hosting?
He's one of the women of the movement.
You mean Women of the Movement?
That's what I said. Starring Ray Fisher.
Okay.
You know what I meant?
Look, maybe.
You gonna put him as the star?
Yes, I am.
Mamie?
Yes.
Not the woman playing Mamie?
Yes, because it annoys you. That's why I'm doing it. Yes.
Emmett Till's mama.
Look, hey, more power to him.
Don't pull
more
that
power
card on
that
me.
Series. But that's not in theaters either. So again, I don't know what's gonna save theaters. And will they be able to last? Because every other holiday film that came out, even though I may have enjoyed seeing, shit didn't do anything in theaters. And there's nothing coming out until April. Morbius is going to suffer. The
355 is out. 355.
No one's going to go see 355.
Is that any good at
355 looks like it should have been made for Netflix, and I love all the women in it. All the women in it. It looks good. It's not going to put a single button theaters. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just because, and this is your thing. 355. Not too many people know that film was supposed to come out a couple years ago. I saw that trailer a long time ago. This is a film that has been pushed back, and it was originally going to go streaming, and then they said, "Oh, hey, look, Spider-Man did something. Let's do it." Sorry, it's not going to work.
They have decided not to put Hotel Transylvania in theaters at all. So it's
straight
like
to Amazon.
Straight to Amazon. And I was like, really? After all that hype to get it into theaters, and I was kind of surprised. But they're starting to show like, old
that's all that's
movies.
left.
No, I mean going back to the 30s.
Like
what are we doing?
Old classics. Turner
Gone
Network
with the Wind.
films.
What are we doing? I don't want to see Gone with the Wind.
When they're saying come and relive the 80s with Back to the Future with us. No. We're not going to theaters for that. So it's going to be straight television. We don't really have anything else really popping for a minute. So I don't know. We'll see.
The CWs look like it's,
I wish I was looking forward to Naomi. I really, really do. But Naomi looks from the trailer. I want to love it. I love the comic book. I think Ava DuVernay is an excellent director. I love the fact that they're trying to do it, but I hate saying it, but the CW superhero universe, it's falling the fuck off, man. And I don't know if Naomi is going to be a good enough thing to save. I still like Batgirl. I still like that, but every other show is painful to watch. It hurts. I was embarrassed. I was watching The Flash, that Armageddon, and I was embarrassed because I felt like I don't know if I'm supposed to be watching this. I feel like this is I'm ashamed for them. Like they have to do it. They're in a contract, and I just feel bad for the actors.
Contract, yes.
It's a 5 point. Yes. It's a 5 points. It was a 5 crossover, 5 episode crossover for what?
For what?
The whole thing ended in 3. The storyline ended in 3. So what do we need to do? It was so sad.
Because they were like, look, we're gonna pay you. Don't worry. Look, everyone's gonna get paid. Look, no one worry. We got you. We're gonna do something that's gonna give you all a quick check. Okay, you all can come on this Flash thing, and then that's what it is. So I mean, it's dismal looking for 2022. For at least theaters. We still will get some stuff maybe online. You got the Mission Impossible 5 dropping, Uncharted, the Top Gun, Maverick, whatever. I can't remember what that's called. We got a bunch of films. A new Predator film is coming this year. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming. Will it be good? I don't know.
Everything seems to be pushed back to April though. And it's like only
beyond that. Yeah, everything's pushed back. But again, when you look at the quality of some of these films, I liked The Matrix, but it's not something that I'm gonna go to battle for to be like, no, you guys are wrong. No. If anyone says it's bad, I'm like, okay, well, sure. I enjoyed myself, but it's not something that you write home about. It's just it was watchable, but it's watchable at home. I swear.
That's why.
But if it did but that actually did better than the Kings movie. That's
a lot
sad.
better. Yeah,
that's sad because you couldn't see the Kings movie anyplace else but at the movie theater.
No one was going to theaters to see the King movie, though. No one was going to see this.
There are no stars attached to that. I mean, it was just the latest movie. I mean, the Kingsman has never done gangbusters blockbuster numbers. So if I were to ask you who's in the Kingsman, you can't tell me.
The black dude.
Ray Fiennes?
No.
Ray Fiennes. Okay, yeah. But I'm saying that's like a trivia question. He's not a leading man, unfortunately. No disrespect to him. He's a fine actor. But I'm saying as far as making people go to see a movie, no.
You're still trying to figure out his name. He said Amistad is in it.
Well, I'm just saying that's the last time that he was the lead.
Jaimin Hunsu.
Yeah, you should know his name, Liz.
No, I don't.
That's Korath the Pursuer from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's been in a lot of films, a lot more than those two. But again,
that's
it's not a draw because you're sitting here talking about this Amistad.
Yeah,
right.
I see him walking down the street. I'm not going to go Amistad.
Give us free.
Amistad.
He was in Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
he's been in a lot of stuff.
He was like a supporting.
He has had a lot of films in between Amistad and his turn in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Look, I'm saying,
like
Mo said a leading person, and I'm saying the last time that he was a lead was Amistad. The rest of the time he's been a support of a support of a support.
I see LeVar Burton walking down the street. I'm not going to go Kunta Kinte.
LeVar Burton had a whole show. He had a whole
but no, you know the man's
show.
name. Damn. Call him Amistad.
Man.
If you don't know his name, you just made my point.
There it is.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot. Yeah. You know, that movie came out in the 90s, 96.
Yes.
So it's
and
been a minute.
And that is probably why the Kingsman didn't do anything. What else are you watching, Ryan?
Well, I'm not watching Cobra Kai. Sorry. I am watching The Expanse. I finished Hit Monkey, and I was not expecting how funny that fucking show is. I was in tears. I was like, dude, I started
watching it, Ryan. It is hilarious. Hilarious.
Like the dialogue, just like the dialogue, the action, how just like the back and forth, how witty it is. I was like, dude, this is funny.
Now you can see how Hit Monkey is connected to Deadpool. Like the whole Hit Monkey Deadpool comic series was fantastic, but it's from the same kind of mindset as Deadpool. It is stellar quality. It is.
Yeah, give me more of that shit.
What are you checking out, Liz?
Well, nothing has come out on Apple TV Plus.
Oh shit!
He watched it all.
But I did go to the theater to see Macbeth.
Is that good?
And I'm going to say it is so gorgeous. It's black and white. And I thought it was really interesting how diverse they had Macbeth, to the point that Macduff and Macbeth are both black and they're fighting each other. I mean, spoiler, you should have read Shakespeare sometime in your life. And so I thought it was really fascinating. The last scene of that battle scene is just stunning. And, Denzel was just, and it makes it very interesting to have an old Macbeth, because then it makes the whole context really interesting that he's rushing to become king versus him being a young Macbeth. And so I thought that was a pretty interesting thing. But I mean, I thought it was a gorgeous film. Like, it's just a really pretty, the angles are really nice. I mean,
it's Denzel, man. It's going to win. It's Denzel.
But I'm going to tell you, they did some things in this theater, in this show, that I was like, how did you do that? Like the goat, you have the witches, the 3 witches, that was one character. And how they divided her up into 3, it was just a stunning visual of a movie.
It's worth it to see that alone.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to come out on Apple TV Plus on the 14th, so you can stay at the house and watch it if next week if you want to. Don't have to go.
I will do exactly that.
Yeah, stay at the house. Yes,
I will do exactly that. What you checking out, Anthony?
Expanse. We got 2 episodes left of the series. They're wrapping it up, so I gotta see how they're gonna do this. There's a lot of loose ends they got to tie up.
Okay. Shit. That look. I'm already in. Mo, what about you, brother?
Hit Monkey. It is hilarious, and I have to remind myself that it is Marvel, because it's anime. It just doesn't look like a Marvel animated property.
It is rated R.
Very rated R.
From the very first scene of the very first episode, it is rated R. It is for adults in every way. Very
the language,
very, very violent.
The visuals, violent. everything about it. Oh, there it is, y'all.
Wait, did you guys get to see the murder in the murder in the apartment, or the murder in the building?
The what?
Fine.
The murder in the what?
Oh, you have a bad time with names.
No, we were talking about it in the same. When you guys mentioned Hit Monkey, also mentioned Murders in the Building on Amazon Prime.
I don't know what Murders in the Building is.
Okay.
No, sorry.
Look it up.
Yes. All right. Oh, yeah.
You drunk?
That right there. That is the selling point, Liz. It's the murders in the, it's in the building. It's
with Steve Martin. It's with Steve Martin, Martin Sheen, and Selena Gomez.
Oh, only murders in the building.
Yes, thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in the group.
Yeah. Okay. So not, yeah.
Okay.
Missed that one.
It's really good.
All right. Look, shit. That's about it. Next week, episode 875, and maybe something magical will happen between now and then. We shall see. Till then, Anthony, good sir, take us out.
Good news, everybody.
Dr. Liz.
Happy New Year.
Big Bang.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
Shit. Mo Kelly. To take us out, instead of our traditional Excelsior closing, I would like to close with saying rest in peace to the legend, the one and only, the great Mr. Sidney Poitier. Get a bar and review his filmography to know what acting is. Peace and blessings, everybody.